Okay, so there's a question here from Stella Sue. There has been a lot of tension between the prior Chancellor, Carranza, and the Asian community. Can you please talk about how your office may be interested in re-engaging with the Asian community? Thank you.
Yeah, there'll be no tension here. You know, I've spoken to several Asian leaders, elected officials around the city. So that's a place and space. We see the community, we respect them. They have 2 or 3 issues that are, you know, very, very important to them that we are trying to be very sensitive to. And specialized high schools, gifted in town, are certainly among them. And so I think members of the Asian community have felt very good that the signal that we've been giving, we're not eliminating gifted and talented program. We're not changing the admissions criteria for the specialized high school. So those 2 issues stood out at the very top for many members of the Asian community. But beyond that, there are issues around how the levels of violence that are happening to the members of the Asian community across New York City, which is simply reprehensible. And you know, some of these people who have been engaged in this have been just mentally ill people that are on the streets. But there's also an anti-Asian animus that just comes from a level of ignorance and seeing people as the other. And you know, as an African American, right, it's something that, you know, we as a people have experienced as well and still continue to. So I'm very sensitive to it. And I think that the way, the long-term, the short-term strategy is stronger policing, doing everything we can to protect people. The long-term answer is educating people so that they understand that America is made up of our diversity is our superpower. But if you don't know that and you don't study that in school, you see people as the other. So we're going to be looking to engage the Asian community in helping us to develop curriculum around the Asian studies and the Asian experience in America, so that all young people grow up having a healthy respect and understanding for the Asian community, which I think pays off in the long term when we all understand that none of us are the other. We are all special. We are all unique, but yet we're all Americans who are working together. If you teach the young people that early, then it pays off in the long run in terms of how we see and how we treat one another. And if you can't do that in the public schools, then there's no reason for the public schools to exist. It's not, again, I keep saying, it's not just reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's about our emotional intelligence and how we see and respect one another. That's what makes us Americans.